if you can master second man press, you will defend 10 times better. But like, I think it's one of the hardest skills in FIFA. From what I see, I think it's like,
because you can end up getting so exposed, can't you?
Yeah. If you don't get it right, you will concede so many times because both players will go to the ball and then someone will just play around you. But if you can get it, perfect, man. I swear it's the best thing you can do. It's something that I'm always trying to learn, like, every day.
I say for me, defending anyway, when you're trying to defend skills, is not to dive in. I sort of hold L2 LT to jockey, just sort of anticipate where my opponent's going to move. I can say the best way I've learned how to improve with defending is try and put yourself. So when I'm attacking, for example, I would kind of think, what is the best way to defend against that? If I'm defending, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Because I know what would be the most effective way to attack. You kind of think, all right, he's going to end up having to do this to get this angle. So I would jockey to try and anticipate that. But I don't necessarily I wouldn't dive into a tackle. I wouldn't slide tackle in the box or press tackle unless I know I'm 100% certain I'm going to get the ball. Yeah.
And when you're defending corners, do you find bringing up the keeper might help too as well? Because
even if the person doesn't cross it, just in my mind, I'm thinking, if the off chance it does, I'm going to have my keeper to move in there and just try and just get the ball from him.
So you say when defending corners, bringing up the keeper, but just a little bit is like a thing.
That's the first thing I do. As soon as I see the ball, I'm already moving the goalkeeper, so that's very important.
If you were getting hit on the counter attack and you knew that there's options there for through balls, so what's the best way to defend that, do you reckon?
I've tried and always watch the run. I try and force them into making a quick decision because I feel like if you kind of just give them the time, they're just going to punish you. So I kind of like to trying to force them to make a mistake rather than me trying to wait for them to make a move. So I like to kind of put pressure, but it's you got to be able to have that, otherwise it's just going to get punished all apart.
Then on the defensive side of your game, do you find yourself using the call for the second man ever?
A teammate contain?
Yeah.
I do. Again, I think I overdo it a little bit. Because you get into the habit of just pressing it all the time.
Yeah, like this now, I think I find that a lot where I'll hold it down and I forget what I'm doing and just see.
Honestly, the one piece of advice, and something I'm trying to adapt to right now, is to not really use it too much.
Yeah.
I don't, like now, for example, when you're attacking me, it's not really the best situation. I'd rather manually defend. Field
sure. That's more than I've had so far.
But yeah, I just advise to manually defend and play the switch, if you pass the ball, because what happens is, without you realising, you're probably playing the game like I did, your teammate contain, you'll bring a centre back out, you'll square it, and you'll be like, how's that gone in? But
why is he so?
It's because your teammate contained and he's out of position.
Yeah, I don't like to completely squeeze it in, but I think the whole point of this narrow stuff is if you're playing against 4-3-2-1, they're going to have bodies in the middle.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you need to stop. I think that's the most dangerous part of the pitch, right? You can go down out wide and cross it, but you're kind of relying on, will my player out jump the other one?
Yeah.
So, if you compact the middle, make them cross, should be a harder way of getting in.
I've noticed speaking to a lot of the pros is they don't tend to go for that. They tend to go balanced.
Yes.
Is that what you do as well?
Yeah, because I think pros like to manually rely on the game as much as they can with their own input first. And I think the thing with press on possession or press on heavy touch is good and it will work for a lot of people. But it's the time that you don't want it to happen and then it happens. You might be 1-0 up and you think, right, I want to relax for 5 minutes. And all your players are flying forward.
And then you got counter.
Counter attack. Yeah, and I think some pros, if they're in a rush or they want to press the ball, they'll just flick T-press on in the game.
Yeah.
I think it's down and left.
Yeah.
And they'll do that instead.
The depth is personal preference. If you go into 71 territory, there's something called auto-offside trap. So your team would auto kind of push up a bit more.
Sometimes it is good for the game to help you as much as you can, because obviously we don't have full control over every player.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the auto-offside traps are a sticky one because, they'll pay off one time. The next time you think, I shouldn't have done that. I could have just done it myself.